The world was in a time of dire crisis. A war was raging in the Pacific Ocean between the Pacific Rim countries and America. 2 years the war went on, when finally the countries of the Pacific Rim could stand it no longer. They shot spore missiles at America. In turn, America fired off an EMP at the enemy, causing an everlasting blackout. Vaccines had to be created. After all, time was not abundant. They had to be distributed to the youngest and oldest members of society. Over time, regular adults began to get sick and fall to the infection. This is when the world as we know it all changed. This is where Callie Woodland's story begins. In the aftermath of the spore attack, children, or starters, whose family died off had to hide in abandoned buildings or be forced into prison-like institutions. Seniors, or enders, on the other hand, were left with most of the prized areas of the time before. Life was difficult for Callie Woodland. She heard of a rumor that a place called Prime Destinations was paying good money to borrow bodies of starters for enders to possess for a short amount of time. Desperate, she took up the offer. Once there, Prime drastically altered Callie's appearance to make her more appealing to renters. In other words, they gave her an extreme makeover. Her first couple rentals were short and simple, but upon her waking after her second, she was informed that the third would be a month long. She prepared herself for her hibernation. Suddenly, light. Callie regained consciousness and, realizing she had no idea where she was, instantly understood that her chip must have malfunctioned. In order to still receive her paycheck, she tried to do things her renter may do to conceal the malfunction. Callie discovered a valet ticket in her pocket. She traded it for a car which happened to be similar to a spaceship. She followed the GPS to the location marked as home. Callie arrived at the front door of a mega mansion. There she spent the night. The next day, a boy arrived at the front door looking for her. The two had a date. Callie decided to go on the date and soon afterwards blacked out. She awoke with a silenced handgun in her hands. Callie had had enough. She was about to head back to Prime when a literal voice in her head had stopped her. The voice belongs to a renter, who informs Callie that she is indeed part of a murder plot. But there's more to it. Callie's now boyfriend's grandfather is a senator proposing the idea of sending kids from the institution to join Prime to the president. She also learns from her renter's friend that there is one who only goes by the name The Old Man. He protects his voice and face, and no one knows his true identity, but it is known that he is the boss of Prime. He cannot be reached and his true intentions are unknown, but Callie knows that even though she can't reach the Old Man, she must try to hinder his progress by stopping the senator. To find out more about Prime Destinations, Callie, and if she is successful in her goal, read Starters by Lissa.